just kind of kept the shield on West Coast Ninja. They did get the flash out of it, so it was a worthwhile gank, but pretty weird how the jungle interaction's coming out so far. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we have two level 5 champions just trying to push it up and probably buy their first back right here.
Yeah, about dead even now, too. Bombs flying left and right, one of them detonating a little bit later than the other, but here comes the Monkey King. Can he make something happen? Kills doesn't have hardly any mana, and here he comes. No idea. Satchel charge perfectly placed, and now Kills has to speed himself out.
Just
away to the
enough for the
brushes.
speed
Nice
up.
escape, yeah.
That was almost going to be really, really bad. He had just enough mana for that speed up. I mean, it's
Been the
80
story of this
mana,
game so
and I
far.
think he had like 100 at the time. So it was really, really close to him getting caught right there and having to flash.
The tail of this laning phase has really been almost really bad. And down in the bot lane, West Coast Ninja, a little overstaying his welcome here as he misses out on a little bit of farm, bit of mismanagement of the minion wave, and everyone else continues to trade even.
Yeah, once again, down bottom, things going swimmingly for SoFree, able to really command the laning phase until ganking becomes a huge issue.
Is that a Nami joke?
That was a joke. Oh, but they're getting caught out here.
Oh, goodbye. First blood. That is one fish going down the drain. Paper Cat trying to answer back a little bit, but he does not have enough damage on his own. Nice gank attempt and success by Glycerin.
They had the ward, and they probably knew it was coming, but they were just a little bit too late to do anything about it. I mean, they had that River Brush ward, and they didn't have the flash, though. So Nami really didn't have much of a choice there. Took all the damage, went down. I think she actually got isolated, and they're jumping on a Paper Cat again.
He doesn't have an E, but West Coast Ninja is very, very low. Wow. Flash and heal both used. Oh, well, rather, one flash, one heal just used. Paper Cat gets out with the skin of his teeth. That was really close.
Yeah, the thing that made a big difference there is West Coast Ninja actually grabbed an early point in the rapid fire, level 4. You see a lot of Tristanas sometimes. They'll put 2 points in jump and 2 points in their buster shot. Excuse me, their explosive shot.
Explosive shot, yeah.
Yeah, so it could have gone either way because the base damage on the jump is actually really high. So it early game gives you a good
like that.
bust. Yeah,
and for minion wave clearing too. Like, I mean, if you really want to do a fast push like that, yeah, that's why you do it. So coming up big, West Coast Ninja nearly takes himself his kill, and he's keeping pretty even in farm with his Ezreal, who, by the way, is starting Bork first.
Pretty full duelist start right there.
Paper Cat loves that item.
I'm a big fan of the phage early, but you know, I don't know why you want to go that light item early when you're synergizing with a Nami. I mean, you have the heals, you have the
really
slow.
know for sure,
you know, it's
either, to be honest.
It's buying an item that has two things you already got. You already have it in your lane, so really interesting to see him go for that.
If not phage first, even like Sheen first. I mean, that's a very effective item for dishing the damage. Also, having a little bit of AP early really helps out when you do hit your ultimate because it does have a better scaling off that.
Right, and your Mystic Shot scales off both. You know, you do so well with AP, and now Paper Cat, look at this. They just want to go in and fight right here. A double tornado and a really bad trade.
The bubble. Wow, the flash, the jump, he's exhausted, but that's Buster Shot, and West Coast Ninja goes incredibly ham. Not sure if worth, but he did get a kill.
Well, he knew he didn't have flash. He knew he didn't have the arcane shift, so he just kind of was like, well, I'll go in for this.
I mean, he traded the kill over to a support, so I guess sort of worth, but he did really burn a lot. I mean, that was a summoner and a rocket jump, yet he thought he could get out in time, but I don't think anyone was expecting that. Not even Hero Priest.
Yeah, so Glycerin went up top to harass Malphite a little bit so the wave didn't get pushed too hard. They didn't want to burn the Mundo teleport. Want to be able to get back in lane and continue to farm up. He has a little bit of a CS advantage, but not much because he's going to lose some minions to the tower right here, or should even things out.
Should just do. And with that being said, the rest of the lanes are still trending relatively even. Jungle presence hasn't really been super high here, with the exception of Glycerin making his moves down to the top side of the map, or bot side of the map, excuse me. A lot of pink wards being expended in the dragon area as well, and in the bushes surrounding it. These teams should be looking to set that up, barring any really, really early crazy trades that would happen with a lot of these team members, but you know, not just these lane skirmishes. I think we should see our first real fight of the game at that dragon pit.
Yeah, Ziggs actually came back with 3 wards. He came back with a pink ward and 2 sight wards. So he actually put him up on the top side. I think he's worried about the ganks coming out of Kha'Zix right here, but pretty even vision control so far once Malphite, because Malphite put that pink ward up in the top tri-brush as well.
Well, Kha'Zix making his way down to the bot side, so Ziggs is not super in trouble right now, but Paper Cat just might be. There's the ultimate. Here comes the monkey. That's one ult spended by Hero Freeze, but they're still going in. Teleports flying left and right. West Coast Ninja. Can he answer? No, he can't. Wow, all the heals spent on the Paper Cat, and this might just be the fight that SoFree is looking for. They managed to get down the support, but here's his Tsunari, and this is going to be crazy. Can you burst down the Mundo? They go for Glycerin. I don't know if they've got enough left in the tank, in the reserve. Mundo, he might be going down. Burning Agony might take somebody with him. Task staying alive, and they managed to get themselves
could he clean this up?
Kills. 4-2. I don't know about that. No, he can't. That's a double kill going over the monkey.
He gets baited by the passive on Nice Guy Shadow. He pops it on himself, gets out of auto attack range, and lives through that one. And what a great exchange right there. An awesome TP coming down. I mean, Mundo TP'd behind, but he doesn't have that much of an impact compared to a Malphite with ultimate. And then but the Dragon Pit.
Does he have enough? No, the barrier. Oh, it's not enough.
Oh.
Wow. I don't even know what to think about what just happened the last couple of minutes. That was pretty insane, and no one's really able to take this dragon just off the back of it. But I do want to give the fight overall to SoFree's, with the exception of getting dumpstered. Yeah, it was a pretty good counter.
Kills picking up kills and dumpster getting dumpstered.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happens.
Classic Frezno LOL.
I think we'll have to rename it after all this. Those phrases are becoming a little iconic already. Oh boy.
So meanwhile in the top lane, Mundo's at the point now where he can start trading with
Never Die.
the Malphite Never Die. I mean, once he gets the Spirit Visage almost finished, he'll just be unable to be stopped in this top lane. He's gonna pop his ultimate early, continue his presence up there, and even with the Chalice, Malphite is unable to slow him down.
Yeah,
and he dropped a ward.
I think a really key thing in that last fight down bot was they denied Glycerin kills and therefore resets, and that was just a really monumental shutdown. But so far this Vision game, going back and forth quite a lot as these two teams look to set up for Dragon. This is going to decide the pace of the mid game.
Yeah, even though SoFree won that fight, they lost all of their pink wards. They had, 3 of them on the map?
Win the fight, lose the Vision ward.
Yeah, they had multiple pink wards down bottom, and now it's changed hands as Cal State's really put a lot of investment around this dragon to control the vision. Not just have vision, but have the pink wards so that there's no vision in those brushes. And we see Wukong kind of waiting in the wings, hoping that they go for another overly aggressive play, but West Coast Ninja doesn't feel like he's going to jump into too many more fights, I don't think.
It might be a little bit of a calmer laning phase for the time being, but everything else pretty much bang even in terms of numbers right now. Big difference though. West Coast Ninja with the aggressive moves, but he gets bubbled up, walks into that one. There's the Nami ult. So is Hero Freeze going to spend the Monsoon, and here comes Fire a lot. I think they're going to be able to get out in time. That Janus speed boost is a godsend for
Cal they had a great 2v2, but now we see Kha'Zix moving up around the backside of Malphite. He's going to have to walk through a pink ward. Malphite will know it's going to be there, but instead they decide to go back towards the mid lane as Ziggs rotates down towards Dragon.
Speaking of down on the bot side as well, West Coast Ninja and Hero Priest taking a lot of poke just to try and stave off a little bit of warding attempts in the tri-brush, and now this Dragon will be started by SoFree, but it may cost them dearly. Here we go, the collapse is slowly moving around, the bubble, the tornado's coming in, there's the Wukong knock-up, Glycerin, he's gonna go down, but he had the Zillion ultimate, so the Chrono Shift will bring him back up.
Oh, he got the smite steal!
Stolen away, Glycerin coming up on that one, and they are trying for revenge, but what a play by Cal State.
It was the most preemptive ult I've ever seen, and they decided to DPS him down from 100 to 0 when he got hit with that bubble with the Zillion ult on him. He comes out of the Zillion ult and picks up a max range smite steal.
No, looking at the spectator, it almost looked like he wasn't even up yet, and he managed to get the smite down. I mean, what a presence of mind, and I think that's exactly what SoFree was worried about, but you're right, why did they burst him down? Why not let that expend and just zone him away?
Yeah, it was really questionable that, I guess they couldn't let Kha'Zix jump in on the Ezreal, but, at the same time, when you see an almost Zillion ult somebody that's not himself, you just go and try to kill Zillion. Get him out of the fight.
Yeah, I think that would have been worth giving up the drag for, because at that point you had, two choices. Burst Kha'Zix down and hope he doesn't come up in time for the Dragon Smite, and take the 50-50, or don't burst him down, and then he gets it anyways. So yeah, you're right. Like, taking out Zilean would have been a much smarter choice. It would have been guaranteed. They probably could have won a fight, and even if they'd given up the dragon, well, they could have turned around and got it again if it wasn't smited down, or they still would have had like a wipe. I mean, that would have been so much better for SoFree, but instead they gave up the dragon and no kills.
And it wasn't, I mean, it's not like it was a bad idea. There could have been a better idea. They had the numbers advantage. They had smite up. It was just losing that smite to a steal, and then they didn't get to capitalize on the kills was the big kicker there. You know, if he goes in for the smite steal, they burn a Zilean ultimate, you got to be able to get in there and create a change. Oh, big crit on a Paper Cat. Nice guy Shadow with a good bubble, though.
Paper Cat's playing a dangerous game, though. He might have a sustained support, but this could be quite a lot of burst. And now West Coast Ninja getting a little bit of poke onto this tower. Helropri is trying for the zone, but he doesn't have really the damage or the terrifying presence to make that happen. Now, wow, look at that heal up. Paper Cat's already almost back to full health.
Yeah, I guess that's how Nami works, and they should have had... I think they have vision on Glycerin. They know he's there.
Lane gank. Wow, counter ganks. It's going to be another 3 for 3 in the mid lane, but nobody knows it just yet. Here we go. That's a lot of damage coming in. Glycerin making a move around the side. Who's going to make the quicker move? Oh, it looks like it's going to be Cal State, as they do manage to back off that one, and nobody dies.
Yeah, we see the Tiamat being finished on Wukong. You know, once he upgrades that to a Hydra, not only can he do a lot of damage in team fights when people are all knocked up around him in his Cyclone, but he can also push lanes very effectively.
Oh, dumpstered. He is in a little bit of danger right now. That barrier is really not doing much for him, as Kills is just chasing him on through. They might have get a little bit baited out right there, and that's going to be Zilean ulting himself, and there is no follow-up available. Or is there? Here comes the Freeze. Glycerin flashing forward to try and make something happen. The jump in for West Coast Ninja, not enough crit. Oh, he in the flash. That's going to be one more pickup, and he gets out completely safe after all that, and they pick themselves up 4 kills.
Yeah, 2 kills for Kills, but he did finally go down. Oh, no!
Oh, the unstoppable force completely missing. And Tasp just nearly makes a play for his team.
That was almost a... They would have picked up multiple kills right there if he had landed that.
The theme of this game is almost really bad.
Yeah.
Or really good, depending on your team.
They're winning fights until they lose them.
Thank you, Skara.
So it looks like they're going back and forth quite a bit. They should be able to get a good push on this bottom turret. I don't think Ezreal... He might have to ult this way. We'll see. He does have that advantage. And now Task, with no ultimate, can't even do anything versus the Mundo. He's just going where he pleases, and he pleases the golems right there. So Wukong's going to back. No more jungle for him in the top side. Blue buff is up, but if we took a look at the grand scheme of things, we have Mundo up by 30 CS. We have Wukong, who's 4-0. And up by 78 CS, so this pick might be able to carry them into this mid game. It's a lot of damage that's going to be coming out from this Wukong, and overall, in totaling, is going to be only a 2K gold lead right now for Cal State, and that's mainly because of that Dragon Steel.
Yeah, that was pretty big for them, and you touched on it. Wukong, yeah, he's 4-0. I mean, that's fantastic in terms of damage, but that's where all their gold is sitting right now. And when you're already down 2,000 in this mid game, it's a problem. Tristana, again, is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Mundo's going to get harder to kill. They've got a zillion on kills. I mean, this is just a game for CSUS the longer it goes on, but they have to be careful not to get caught here. Freeze is very low. Whoa! Knocked back, jumped up, knocked up. This is going to be maybe a killer, but the teleport comes in. CSU is just fighting this one out a little bit better, and once again, this bot lane ends in no kills. Just a lot of ultis and summoners.
Nice guy Shadow really making up for the lack of good tidal waves last game, and such a great one. Stopped West Coast Ninja mid-jump, which in turn kind of ruined his ability to get the kill.
Oh, Isunari, he's just in the back. Dumpster does manage to take out West Coast Ninja. One ulti, and they take down Mundo as well. A little bit of an over-committal there, and uncharacteristic move from Cal State to just get taken out, and Dumpster manages to pick himself up his first
kill.
Oh boy, there's his bomb. Good night, Nami. That's why they call him Kills.
So sad to watch her flop on the ground after dying. Like, she seems like she's floating around so well. Yeah, and then she dies and it's fish out of water. Game over.
She should get like some kind of movement speed boost when she's in the river or something. Wouldn't that make more sense?
It would. It would, like, even if it's just like one of those +1 boosts.
Oh, it should be like a hidden passive where like you get like +1 movement speed when you're in the river.
So no TP from Malphite for the fight there. He is going to be able to push up the wave. He's going to get a little damage on this top tower. But, you know, all in all, it ends up being a pretty even exchange. Even though it was going so well for SoFree, but they kind of overextended. They came a little bit. Zilean came down through the river. They didn't know he was there. And he was able to pick up that last kill and really even it out.
So with all of that right now, there's still Cal State in the lead by a decent bit of gold, and they're still making good rotations around the map, but they need to start focusing on these objectives rather than diving in the back for the kills. It just hasn't been giving them much of anything. Dragon's now live on the table. They have to start thinking about that, and SoFree is just making aggressive moves all around. So tower killed the bot. This is going to be a dragon fight. Who is it going to go over to? SoFree gave it up last time, but that was a very close thing.
They have all the ultimates. They're going to have good zone control with the Nami and Ezreal. They'll have poke, and the Ziggs, you know, be able to throw bombs out there. But Malphite getting a little low early on. This could be really bad. Wukong decides he wants to go in.
He's going in so hard right now, and he's able to speed his way out of this one. This is trouble for SoFree, and it could be Firelot going down. Nami ult spent. Oh, that might just be the disengage they need. Tasp coming in. Unstoppable force, and that's going to be Tristana going down. Tasp manages to keep himself alive. This is still in favor of no one, as it's an AD carry traded over for a jungle, but Tasp flashing forward Ignite. That's a rock getting blown up, and they take themselves a 2-for-1, but the fight's not over yet. Cal State looking to pick up this dragon, but it is a very dangerous thing to do because Papercat is still there, Dumpster still there, kills. There's no Zilean ultimate if they take him down. Satchel Charge not going to connect. It's still close. That's a Janna Monsoon, but down goes kills, and they're still chasing on forward. The Ezreal ult came out, not for enough damage. Nice guy Shadow and Papercat separated from Dumpster. I don't know how this will shake out, but it looks like Ezreal's in some trouble. Glycerine might be more. Zephyr's going to come in. Not enough damage.
Oh
Glycerine's
no,
slow.
he's out of
Everybody's
mana.
slow on the side of SoFree. This is going to be a cleanup. Izunari gets the double kill. Can he pick the triple? Barrier comes in. Shutdown gold. Glycerine's down.
Oh, he gets it.
Lives. It's a double kill for Ziggs. Zephyr going over. The buff transfers are crazy, Skill Factory.
Oh my goodness. If Ezreal had that blue buff, he just needed the mana to clean up these kills. They go back in, they think they have Ziggs, and then the barrier. The life-saving barrier right there allows him to get 2 kills, forces the shutdown gold onto Janna, which is the best place you could put it. And overall, they pretty much go even once again for that fight.
That was... I don't even, again, there was just back and forth craziness, huge commitments. These teams clearly not afraid to mix things up. And
I was ready to say, Cal State, look how good they are in this fight. Like, they were on top of it. They had kills with the double bombs. He picked up Malphite, and I thought the fight was over after that. And then it was Papercat just utilizing red buff and kind of zoning them out so that Ziggs could come up behind them and lay more damage down onto them.
Uh-oh. Firelot. He doesn't check into that one, and now this is a dragon attempt here for Cal State. 3 members bursting it down very quickly. Here comes Izunari, but this could be dangerous. Firelot going in for it, trying to get the steal up. Oh, it gets smited away. They didn't get it, but that is going to be a couple of kills going over, or maybe Glycerin gets out alive just for now, and there's the Monkey King going down. Izunari causing all kinds of havoc, and West Coast Ninja still has the ulti. He's not down yet. Finally, they get that one, and they manage to get themselves 4 kills on top of the dragon. It's a double kill for Izunari, and who knew Mundo was such a hard carry?
Yeah, and no Malphite to be seen. I don't know what he was doing, if he was up in the top brush, getting his rocks off, clearing the jungle or something, but he was not there. He had Unstoppable Force up, which could have turned that fight around, but just wasn't available.
Yeah, that 5v4, that's a big part of why it turned in Cal State's favor, and now he's got to be kicking himself if he didn't arrive to the party. It turned out to be a big win for Cal State. Sacramento.
Kill's going to be able to take down this last tower. Last couple hits on that tower there. So now they're up 3 towers to 0. They've evened up the dragons, which puts them ahead in gold by almost 9,000 gold. This mid-game has turned around so much with a zillion ultimates and their ability to win the seemingly longest fights ever, pretty much on the back of the Spirit Visage Warmog's Mundo. And could you imagine, you can't even focus Mundo. Like, you get in this point where even if you get a good engagement on Mundo and get him from the back, if you kill a zillion ulted Mundo, you pretty much sacrifice the fight right there on the amount of damage you're going to take just trying to take him down. I think I lost my co-caster. The call is having issues. So I'm going to go ahead and call him back. We'll see if I can get him back on the call here. But it's pretty much laying siege, controlling the vision on the top side here. Not too much going on. You know, on the back foot, once again, is SoFree. They really don't have a good answer to the mid-game team fight that Cal State has consistently brought out in these games. Kills gets a little close, but decides to slip around on the edges, cogs and all. You know, they look like they want to lay siege to this mid turret here. The bombs are doing a lot of work right now. You have the death cap on the Zillion. Ooh, Supercat though decides to go in. They're gonna force the ult at a Zillion. They get the knock up on West Coast Ninja right here. Malphite has come into the fight. Where will the Unstoppable Force come out? He's gonna lay it down on the Zillion. So many knockups, and here's a fight going the way of SoFree right now. Malphite up front. There are 4 people there. Glycerin wants to come in for some resets. He's not gonna be able to get them though. They do get to snipe off 1 kill. No Goomba Stomps coming out quite yet. They should probably fall back on this one. West Coast Ninja getting really low though. As Nice Guy Shadow forced to flash over the wall. Glycerin and Papercat are still there. He's all alone. He's trying to get out of this one alive, and they're not going to follow up. There it is, the flash and last hit. Dumpster's being able to pick up that kill. Meanwhile, up top though, Mundo takes out the tower. He had TP that whole time, and Nice Guy Shadow gets hit with the cleaver. Incendiary not going to follow up. I'm not sure what happened to my co-caster here. I lost him. Man down, coach. Man down. So Papercat's still trying to farm up a little bit here. Decided to go to Blade of the Rune King, trying to finish the Trinity Force. 0, 6, and 10. So no kills for the AD carry, where Nami's already picked up 3. Malphite, Tasp definitely doing a lot better on Malphite in this game than we saw on the Maokai last game. Much better job. So I don't have a co-caster at the moment. I'm gonna solo cast the rest of this for you guys. I'll see how well I can do it. I normally do play-by-play as well, so I'll at least be able to bring some excitement, but probably not going to be able to talk the entire time. Especially if this goes to Game 4. I'll be in rough shape in the vocal cord department. So still an 8.5 gold lead for Cal State. Everybody grouping up mid lane here. They have Tristana down bottom, and they're probably going to take a free tower right here. There's no reaction coming out of Cal State. They're going to concede this one pretty quickly, and that's some good leeway that they can, good headway that they can make right there. Incendiary jumping up front, really doesn't care too much. Taking a good amount of damage though, forces the ult out of him, and Janna will put the disengage down. Zillion's coming out from the back here. They're going to put a lot of damage down. They actually dive for the Malphite, and that's the Zillion ultimate onto him. He doesn't even need it though, and they're going to trade 1-for-1 under tower. Zillion got way too close for that one. Wukong making it alive in the backside here, and just an overall trade as the Trist split push goes on in the top lane here. They really need to answer back and take down this tower. They don't have any wave clear in the mid lane, and Trist has just been able to solo push up in this bottom lane. West Coast Ninja able to take out 2 towers during that engagement, even though they're trading kills in the mid lane. Wukong's there. He wants the 1v1, but decides to back out with his clone. Papercat trying to get the kill on Incendiary. Has the Blade of the Rune King to try to slow down that Mundo and do additional damage to him, but overall I think they're just going to fall back. Trist putting up so much damage on this inhibitor. He's going to get it. West Coast Ninja going to pick up a free inhibitor right here. Fire a lot fast. Trying to go for the 1v1. There's a jump from Trist. He will fall down. Tasp is here. No unstoppable force. Papercat is here. A heal over the wall, but that's right into a bubble. Shutdown going to Dumpstered. So I guess my co-caster got blue screen of death. He is coming back in now. He might not be in game yet, but we'll get him back in the call.
Hey, how's it going, Skills? Yeah, it looks like that game was a little too intense for my machine.
Yeah, some pretty big fights in the mid there. Really misplayed by Cal State, but They ended up getting a bottom side inhibitor as they let Trist split push the whole time it was happening, and now they're going for a cheeky two-man Baron, but they know it's happening. They have ward coverage. We might see a big Baron steal right here. Tasp is here to contest. Glycerin's jumping in on him. Zilean picks up a kill in the mid lane onto Dumpster, and now Tasp in a lot of trouble as they peel off the Baron. They're cleavering. They're throwing out rockets. Will they get the kill? Tasp has already flashed. He has follow from his team. He's going to turn it around with the Unstoppable Force into a bubble, into a Cyclone, but they just don't have the damage. Nobody's falling down. Even the ultimate onto Kha'Zix didn't even get popped right there, and this is going to be a cleanup. Papercat showed up from the backside. He might be able to pick up 2 kills right here, but Mundo is all about it as it's a 4-for-1 exchange, and Papercat is now on the run. They might just turn off and go for the Baron, though, and go back to the two-man Baron as Trist, once again, down bottom, just soloing out the dragon.
Yeah, really, really, really crazy moves from Cal State, and to get into this crazy lead that they managed to accomplish for themselves is really no easy feat. So Papercat doing all they can to try and disrupt this Baron, but I don't think it's going to happen at this rate. And there's that smite advantage, and Glycerin should be able to secure this up for the team. Massive gold lead right now for Cal State.
Yeah, and that's just going to make it even bigger right there. They
get a Nexus turret too.
Yeah, there was just too many super minions as they were trying to mess around with the Baron, and they had a great turnaround, but there was just not enough damage at all to try and pick up any kills in the jungle. Malphite was already down to about 30% HP when he turned it around, and it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's with all of that said and done, Cal State Sacramento having a huge advantage in just about every conceivable department right now. Full builds, fleshing out. Huge Magi stacks, actually, for that Janna as well, so Haropri is definitely getting his value out of that item. And with this Baron buff, they should be able to just march down any lane they choose.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to have much of an answer. You know, Mundo's so big right now. Picked up a Thornmail. He's got another Negatron Cloak. Probably... I don't know where he's going to go with that.
Maybe at this point?
Might go with the Banshees. I mean, he could even go Abyssal and up his damage because they put everything into him at the mid turret, and then Zilean came in and ulted him under turret, and he didn't even pop the ult. Zilean actually
Mundo
sacrificed
builds what
himself.
he pleases. That's quite easy for them to march down towards the middle right now, and they don't need no waves, as they can just keep on pushing. This Tristana has hit a massive power spike. Alacrity boots as well for a little bit extra chase down. And here they go, diving onto towers. Who needs towers? You got kills. And they're going to be chasing it on forward. Isunari taking all the tower damage, but he's not going down. West Coast Ninja might have overextended. He's going to get Zilean ulted. And that is going to be Fire-A-Lot trying to make something happen here, but everybody from SoFree is scattering. Fire-A-Lot under tower, under fire. He's almost going to go down. The bubble's up. West Coast Ninja lives. He gets the kill, has a reset, and he should be able to help knock this tower out of the park. But there is Papercat doing all he can to stop this from happening. SoFree's chances in this tournament are hanging in the balance. This is almost the end of the line for them. If they give up any more ground, this is going to be GG.
They already have super minions on the bottom side.
Yeah, I think they can take this one out and keep on pushing forward. So those are the old super minions. New super minions are now on their way. Glycerin's low, but it doesn't matter because Isunari is still in the picture. His ultimate may not be up, but he's got a health bar, and they're pushing on the last one. They get the Nexus turret. Can they end the game here? Papercat, he's low. West Coast Ninja's lower, but they take him out. That's the Buster shot. They're going on forward. Dumpster gets down for a double kill. It is going to be one more ace for Kha'Zix. Game over, and a perfect 3-0 sweep for Cal State Sacramento.